The third time they fired him, no one even looked him in the eye. The manager slid the paper across the desk, flat voice, corporate smile. "We're going in a different direction." Different direction. That phrase followed him all the way to the parking lot. He sat in his car with the engine off, hands on the steering wheel, heart pounding like it had been running. 3 jobs, 3 firings, and one question he couldn't escape. What's wrong with me? He wasn't lazy. He wasn't stupid. He showed up early, stayed late, did what he was told. But somehow it was never enough. The first time he got fired, he laughed it off, told himself it was bad management, wrong fit, bad luck. The second time, it hurt more. He stopped telling people where he worked. He avoided family dinners, started answering "how's work" with vague smiles. The third time broke something. Bills didn't care about motivation. Rent didn't care about potential. The fridge didn't care about excuses. He sold his watch, then his TV, then stopped turning on the lights during the day to save electricity. At night, he lay on the mattress on the floor, staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake he thought he'd made, every awkward meeting, every missed deadline, every time someone else got promoted while he stayed invisible. His phone stayed silent. No calls, no texts. Just rejection emails stacked like quiet insults. "We've decided to move forward with other candidates. Your skills don't align with our needs at this time. Best of luck in your future endeavors." Future. What future? The worst part wasn't the money. It was the loneliness. Friends stopped inviting him out. Not on purpose, just slowly. He stopped replying anyway. Social media became unbearable. Engagement photos, promotion posts, smiling faces with captions about grind and blessings. He felt like life was happening behind a glass wall, everyone moving forward, him stuck, watching. Some nights the thought crept in quietly, maybe this is it. Maybe this is as far as he goes. One evening, after another rejection, he walked instead of taking the bus. Miles, no destination. Cold air, empty streets. His reflection in dark store windows looked smaller than he remembered. He passed a closed gym, lights off, posters peeling. On the door, a handwritten sign caught his eye. Closed, failed, starting again soon. Failed, starting again. He stood there longer than he meant to. The sign wasn't motivational, it wasn't pretty, but it was honest. That night, he didn't sleep. Not because he was anxious, because something wouldn't let him. He opened his laptop, not to apply for jobs, to ask himself a question he'd been avoiding for years. If no one was watching, what would I actually want to build? Not what sounded impressive, not what paid fast, what he'd do even if it took years. The answer scared him, because it meant starting from zero again. He stopped chasing approval. No announcement, no dramatic post. He made a schedule. Simple, brutal. Wake up early, learn one skill, practice it badly, repeat. Most days felt pointless. Progress was invisible. Some weeks, nothing worked. He questioned everything. But for the first time, the work felt honest. No pretending, no office politics, no fake smiles, just him and the craft. Months passed. Money was still tight. Doubts still showed up, but something changed. He stopped checking his phone for validation, stopped counting rejections. He measured days by effort, not results. Then one small win came. Not viral, not life-changing, just enough to prove he wasn't delusional. He didn't celebrate. He went back to work. Setbacks returned. A project failed. A client disappeared. Old thoughts came back. You're wasting time. This won't work. You should quit. He listened, then he worked anyway. Years later, people would call his story inspiring. They'd say things like, "I always knew you'd make it. You're lucky. It all worked out." They didn't see the nights he almost gave up, the days he felt invisible, the mornings he started again with no guarantee. Success didn't arrive loudly. It showed up quietly, in freedom, in control, in knowing he built something that couldn't fire him. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Getting fired wasn't his failure. It was his redirection. Some people aren't meant to fit systems. They're meant to build their own. And sometimes life has to reject you 3 times just to force you to listen to yourself once. If you're in that dark place right now, if nothing is working, if you feel behind and forgotten, this isn't the end. It's the moment before you stop living for permission and start living on your terms. Success didn't fix him overnight. That part never makes it into the highlight reels. Even after things started working, he still woke up some mornings with the same tight feeling in his chest, still checked his bank account more than he needed to, still flinched when an email notification popped up. Failure leaves a scar, and scars don't disappear just because life gets better. The first time someone trusted him with real money, his hands shook, not from excitement, from fear. Fear of messing it up, fear of being exposed, fear of hearing those words again, "We're letting you go." He over-prepared, double-checked everything, worked nights no one asked for. And when the project ended, silence. No praise, no applause, just another email. "Let's do the next one." He stared at the screen for a long time. That's when it hit him. This wasn't survival anymore. This was momentum. But momentum is fragile. One bad decision can kill him, and he almost did. Opportunities started coming faster than he could handle. People wanted meetings, calls, deadlines. The same world that ignored him was suddenly interested, and the old version of him woke up. The one who wanted to prove something. He said yes to everything. Overworked, underslept, started chasing growth instead of stability. Burnout didn't announce itself. It crept in. Missed workouts, short temper, that familiar voice whispering, "You're about to lose this." One night, he caught himself staring at the same ceiling again. Different apartment, same feeling. That's when he realized something dangerous. He had escaped failure, but he hadn't escaped fear. Fear was still driving. The turning point wasn't dramatic. No collapse, no breakdown. Just a quiet decision. I don't want success if it costs me myself. So he slowed down, turned down work, set boundaries, chose long-term over fast. People didn't like it. Some walked away. And for the first time, he let them. Progress became boring again, and boring was healthy. Days had structure. Work had purpose. He wasn't trying to prove anything now. He was building, brick by brick, unseen, uncelebrated, exactly how it started. One afternoon, he ran into someone from his past, an old coworker, same company that fired him years ago. They talked politely. Then came the question, "So, where are you working now?" He smiled. "I work for myself." That was it. No bragging, no explanation. He didn't need their approval anymore.
Here's the part you need to hear. Success didn't come because he was special. It came because he stayed when quitting felt logical, because he kept going when no one was watching, because he stopped begging systems that weren't built for him. If you've been fired, rejected, ignored, good. That pain is information. It's telling you something doesn't fit. Listen, not everything that rejects you is against you. Some things are just pushing you toward where you actually belong. And when it finally works, not fast, not easy, but honestly, you'll realize something powerful. They didn't fire you, they freed you.